We just arrived at one of the most popular spots in St. Kitts, Old Road Rum. This is a real rum distillery, and it's built around this beautiful rainforest. It's so lush and gorgeous. And I'm here with the owner, Jack. How are you, Jack? Good morning.
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us. Yes.
It's nice to be here. You know, the weather is a little inclement. It's a little rainy and the sun's coming up, but the venue here is just phenomenal.
I'm glad you think so. We tend to think so as well. And we're standing right next to one of the oldest known places of rum production in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean. Tell us a little bit about that here.
Okay, so we're actually overlooking a 3-pot still, and if you can believe it, they were making rum there in the 1670s.
Wow.
So
wow.
We are reigniting that story by producing rum here again. We just started doing that 2 years ago.
How many bottles do you produce annually now?
Yes. So we're on our 5th batch now, and we produce 1,000 bottles per batch.
1,000 bottles. And with this whole idea, how was it born?
Well, if you can believe it, this distillery was actually sitting underground. And so by an amazing miracle, you could say, of chance, we discovered part of the stonework and were curious what it was. And then we began to tear it away to then discover that it was a rum distillery. And that, as a child, kind of sparked this interest that maybe we could return rum here again one day, and we finally have.
And so, these are some of the original barrels that were used?
Yeah,
are still being used.
So these are some ex-bourbon barrels, and we just like to showcase what this looks like to people. You know, all of our rum is aged in ex-bourbon barrels, and we add no sugar, color, flavor of any kind. It's just authentic.
So your father had the idea. He found this piece of land and he had this brainchild of an idea to develop all this.
Well, it kind of happened in a roundabout way of nature taking its course, because he came to St. Kitts to start the project that you're going to go and see in a little bit called Carabel Batik, not too far from here.
Right.
And this was an overgrown site. Nobody had been here for about 50 years or so.
Wow.
And you know, curiosity, understanding what was here. You know, he just wanted to learn more about the history, and that's how we have what we have today here.
So tell us, there's a bottle that's very rare. It's called the Founder bottle, is that right?
The Founder's bottle,
Can you tell us a little bit and show us where you store that?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go. Let's go take a walk here. And let's go take a look at where you store the Founder's rum. How many bottles do you produce a year of that,
yes.
did you say?
So the Founders program is actually the first 500 bottles we ever created in this reproduction. So the Founders, we actually have a bottle collection today.
Oh, wow.
Some people came all the way from Canada. And we don't,
wait. You told me they flew all the way from Canada to buy a bottle of rum in St. Kitts.
That's right. This is actually something where we don't send any of these bottles. People have to come onto the site to see, and I'm going to show you why. And
it's probably all word of mouth. I mean, someone tries a bottle and tells their friends, tries another bottle. Before you know it, you've got hundreds of thousands of customers wanting to buy your. The demand is going to exceed the supply. That's a good problem to have.
I hope so. I hope that's what will happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, the community is starting to grow. We now have 200 founders from all over the world.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's go take a look where you store it. So we're standing in front of an area called the Firing Tunnel. What does that mean?
Yes. So this is actually a really important part of the sugar production process. So right above us would be these large cauldrons that would have had boiling sugar. And underneath, this is where they would have fueled the fire. Hence why they call it the Firing Tunnel. Yes.
And inside there is where you store the Founder bottles, I understand.
That's right.
Are we going to get a look? We're able to go in?
I think we should.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Let's go. So behind this iron gate under lock and key is where they store the Founder bottles. And we're going to get it up close and personal. This is not even available to the general public. He's taking us behind the scenes. Let's go.
All right.
After you.
Okay.
Okay. Jack, are you coming? This thing is locked. Can't get out.
I don't know.
I'm stuck behind iron bars here with an Englishman and a lot of liquor. Finally, the moment of truth after this amazing tour of the Old Road Rum with our good friend here. And we're going to actually try and taste.
That's right.
This beautiful bottle.
That's right. So,
cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations on the development of this rum, and if you're ever in St. Kitts, Old Road Rum, I definitely have to try this. I'm going to try it right now. Here we go. Wow, that is really good.
Thank you.
Really good.
When you age rum, you allow it to take its time, you get good results like this. We don't add anything to this product, and you know, we're focusing on a quality over the quantity.
The taste is just... What are the chances of us finishing this bottle while we're here?
I think with enough time, we can make it happen.
You have a bed in the back I can sleep in?
Yeah, we got some hammock server in the Rainforest here, so yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Pleasure.